Welcome to 1987 Atlanta Motor Speedway. We have the championship race tonight. Sid Kashishian is sitting here on top of the points. Basically, which if we're trusted Sid math, he has to finish 12th, and if Sexy Waltrip wins, too bad. If Sid points out, that rafter?
Yeah,
I think that was rafter sliding her around. We're, everybody's just gonna, yep, oh,
with multiple
oh,
wheels.
look at that. Everybody's just gonna wreck into stuff. Anyhow, so right now what you all are missing is we're calling Sid out because this is his baby. These are his race cars, and there is Sid. He made the setup. He picked the track. He's leading the points. We think that this is possibly a little fishy. And being a test here, I don't have comms with the drivers tonight. That will probably change pretty shortly. But we're going to do a little bit of practice here. We still got about 21 minutes left. Oh dear. That was not a Chevy, and that was not a Ford. What was that abomination? I'm pretty sure I know that that was Tyler, but oof, boy. Look at what he did to that poor Thunderbird. We've got a little tall resolution happening. I have been fighting with that, and just to be quite honest with you, YouTube's winning the fight, so we're going to have to hit up the old Google and try and figure out what's going on with that. But like I said, this is a test. We're just running the championship race of the 87s, trying to see what everything works like. This is in some tests for the ARCA series. We'll be running Monday nights, and we'll be sticking you poor people at home with me doing broadcasts of that. Oh, there's JC. We have a JC sighting.
I wonder if he's still alive.
That Dave Marcus paint scheme's awesome. There goes Sexy Waltrip. There is the 45. The grumpy curmudgeon himself, Rafter, Al Corey. He's almost lovable, but he's just really grumpy. He told me to make sure he gets a lot of TV time. I'm just letting iRacing do it. I'm just talking about what it's showing us. But man, Rafter's grumpy, let me tell you. He just sure is. And maybe it's because his car looks a little too tall. We gotta get this formatting thing figured out. So we'll work on that. But weather's turning cold. We got a lot better turnout. Like all this stuff, kind of get plagued over the summer. You just don't get the turnout that you need. And Atlanta, if you're dumb like I am and decided that you're going to run your hand over a cheese grater and about to totally destroy your hand, that's pretty much what these tires are doing. The little Larry Mack of him cheese grater in a tire. That's what Atlanta does. It just murders tires. These cars murder tires. They're bigger, they're heavier, they've got more horsepower. You have to manage them from the first second you take off. So this is going to be tire management 101, 202, 303, and then there's going to be a master course in how to manage your tires by the time this thing's done. Sexy Waltrip may or may not have been offering people small amounts of money to wreck Sid. Basically, the more people that show up, Sid wrecks early, and this is totally different ball game. And that man right there is one who benefits from Sid's bad luck, and Sid's been known to have bad luck.
Rafter, it only took 22 an hour, but we did it. I was just thinking that too, Johnny. I was thinking that. First time.
A little cheat sheet. There we go. Now we're cooking with gas. See, it's not just practice for the cars. We can change cameras, get a little better shot here.
Yeah, there's no way.
And there's Grumpy Rafter. Oh, Wayne's here. Oh, Wayne's got some left rear damage.
Does anybody know who Blake McCandless is?
Sid probably did that. We'll just say he did. Oh, well,
Yeah.
there's a lot going on there, Tyler. Oh, that wasn't Tyler. That was 51. Let's see. So we got fast lap wise. We're watching JC. Sexy Waltrip is the fastest, which this is tire management, so is what it is. Sometimes fast is bad. In Atlanta with these cars, being fast can definitely be bad.
That was like 3 wide. Like, oh, just pass the apron. And he did.
But so we got Sexy Walter 33.107. Tyler Merritt is right behind him at 33.17. Then Michael Redding, and then Rafter, Sid, JC, Wayne. I got 4 people who haven't taken a lap yet. We're going to jump over here. We're going to put this back on. Actually, we'll just do crashes. We like watching crashes.
How many sets we got for the race? Should be 3.
Oh, 3 sets for 175 laps at Atlanta. I presume that's on top of the set that you start with. So, doing some basic math there, you're going to want to stop at like 45, 90, and 135. It'd be pretty close to even all the way across. But that's a big ask for these cars on the right front. Oh, boy. Sid, what have you done to everybody? We've heard reports that Sid may or may not have already broken out the sponsor. May or may not be a little loose behind the wheel. These are things you don't want to do when you're running for a championship. Can't put the cart before the horse. Oh, nice. David Rhodes coming out. The Rocket Man. What did he do?
I'm gonna shred this
It
right
was
now.
Johnny Rocket. Some people know him as Johnny Brugg. He's Johnny Rocket.
Okay, pro tip, Johnny, slow down.
Rocket fast. There was some JC real quiet in the background telling Rocket to slow down so he doesn't wreck.
We got you.
Boy, iRacing must like that scheme as much as I do because it just keeps showing it. Got Wayne's went and picked him up a fresh car, and he's back out there T-birding it around. And he looks to be the only Thunderbird out there. There's another one that is dressed up like somebody else.
Pro tip. Just stay on the apron.
The lone Ford.
And the fuel lasts really well there
yep.
too on the open.
Yep, there's Tyler with the knockoff Thunderbird. So we get him in there. There we go. Oh, Wayne must be doing something.
Talking to me, Sid?
Oh, yep, the Nissan O'Doom. That funky little Skyline. Oh, pit media.
85.
Oh, yeah. Oh, no, right here. Wait.
Back out we go.
So I'm sure that probably took it down quite a bit too, but my God.
So the speeds have obviously fallen off. It's typical with these cheese grater type of tracks. Grass isn't the best way to do that there, Earnhardt. Tires falling off. Even in practice, you're starting to get rubber. Tracks getting warmer. And we're wrecking. thud. Got a little something there on you. Probably bad when you can hear the tires from the third TV camera system, which is like the wide shots. Let's see here. No, that's not the one. There we go. Oh yeah, weehaw! That was Sid. There goes Johnny Rocket. Oh, he's cutting the grass. Easy Earnhardt. Johnny Rocket's got a Ford, so I lied. Wall. I lied to you guys. Just a liar. Don't believe anything I said. Hit the cone. Hit the cone. Oh, chicken. Well, I don't know why we're still riding along. There we go. Oh, that's a lot of red. This has got to be Lovable Rafter. Up on the rev limiter. Well, up to the limiter, but yeah, dude lit up red.
Wayne, you're quick here.
Oh, okay. I guess that's not too bad.
Oh,
Blue.
you're quick.
It's a pretty blue.
And I'll be running all over the room.
No, now we can switch back. There's our blue car. Now we're riding along with Rafter. Check the next corner. Catching up to Wayne. Oh, he's getting caught by... Oh, David Rose got that pretty blue. Whoop, 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 whoop. Oh! High-speed lawn mowing. Oh, shit. Well, that's less than ideal. I can tell from the paint scheme, Matt Piracini has entered the chat. Dave Rhodes. I'm going to work on Wayne. We'll ride along with that. Oh, well.
Hey, Sid, is Super broadcast NTRL page now?
I believe so. That's what he said.
Got some wide
I
shot.
gave you a green key, and so I believe that's true. Okay, cool.
There's Johnny Rocket. He's chasing us. That would also be a Thunderbird. Hey, there's JC. Watch how Rocket does it. Now, see, you notice the line is really just not all that close to the wall. These cars wander. They wander a lot. They just kind of do what they feel like doing, so kind of go into it knowing there's a real good shot that's going to wreck you. So you just kind of stay away from things.
They almost had 15 drive.
Let's see what we got here.
Is that what Kyle needs?
So we're at a dozen. Uh-oh. We're at a dozen drivers. So we're officially at the point, if Sid finishes last, Kyle here, Sexy Waltrip, wins and leads the most laps, he can walk away bottom of the ninth, 2 outs, full count, walk off home run, and take this championship. But one person falls out, and we're just going to wreck Sid just for fun of it.
There must be trucks, something probably hosted in there.
Yeah, the trucks are hosted, but they're going to be under league next season.
And plenty of room. Leave plenty of room.
I was waiting for him to get the point.
Oh, Dave Marcus 71, man. That's just a good looking scheme. I do like it. I like it a lot. And pit road. Boy, look, somebody's sitting on pit road. Who's that? Oh, Rafter. Oh, well, maybe that's either Wayne or Johnny Rocket back there too.
So 7 laps and he took the right spot.
Oh, he's heading to the wall. Got a little side by side. Atlanta's really racy though. You get high, you get low, and I mean the tires wear out, and that's what makes good racing. That's why the new Cup cars suck. I mean, they're put it to the mat, and it's like driving a slot car. Whee! Oh no, nope, you shouldn't have gassed it. Oh, that's gonna get you. Oh man, you have to call Flo, tell her you wrecked the car. That's not okay. Looks like we're ballpark about 7 minutes left to practice, and then doing single car qualifying. We're gonna go through the fog there. JC, that donut car. Donuts. By the time this is all said and done, I would almost bet you that he's in the top 5. JC is extremely patient. He's extremely smooth, and he just always finds his way to the front. Everything we run with him, sooner or later, JC's up front. Happens every single time. Oh, Piercini with a pirouette. Oh man, oh that's not okay. Somebody might want to bring him a wet nap and I don't know, maybe some chocolate pudding or something, because he ain't going anywhere for a while. I think Snickers lost that, so we'll use chocolate pudding. All right, we're gonna check in here. We're at 12 participants. Everybody has turned a lap. And we're just getting progressively slower on lap times here. That 31:10 that Kyle there in the 7, Sexy Waltrip turned is still the fast lap. And he turned that lap 32 overall. And that was the latest fast lap. The other fast laps were 3rd lap, 6th lap, 12th lap. I mean, Atlanta's rubbering in and getting slick, which is going to be good for actually racing each other and getting side by side.
Gene Kino, how much room you need, boy?
Oh, Matt is just on one. Oh, wait, no, he's blinking. There, we can blame it on that. Top of his car kind of looks like an Uno card. Back to you. Oh, Yahtzee! That's going to leave a mark. Actually, yeah, I've seen worse. These things are like a good, strong Midwestern woman. I've said this many times. I'm in Iowa, so I feel that I can say this. They can take a punch, and they can keep going. Sometimes they throw a punch back, though. Most of the time, they throw the first punch. And there goes a pirouette from Piercini. Oh, no! Oh! Everybody check your underwear. That's not okay. It's probably going to leave a mark. Skid marks for everybody. Oof.
Well, hell,
He probably just got him a black flag for unsafe pit entrance, because that's how that goes.
Yeah, it's going to be a proper finale.
Still at a dozen. Well, if we get a few more people in here and somebody hits Sid, makes him have to run, which Sid is 6th on the speed chart, and he was giving me a way that he can lose this by finishing 5th that I'm really not sure of. Because going into this, Kyle's 10 points behind. So they finish at 12th. And it's Kyle's championship with all the bonus points. If Sid gets all the bonus points and finishes 5th and Matt wins, then that would still be Sid. So there's a couple ways this can cook out. But basically it's between the 7 there and the 19 that oh, Rafter Raptor done did the donuts dirty.
We're our best impersonation of Kyle Larson.
Wow. Well, maybe Sid's in there sharing the sponsor.
Couldn't even knock you out, JP.
PBR for everybody.
See? Pro tip, drive slow, you can't even get out of control.
I like that car too, by the way.
Oh, okay, we're just over 2.5 minutes left. Let me see that. Raptor just beat the... Oh, look, speaking of the drunk. Not really. Well, I mean, he might be. I don't know. And there, oh, we obviously need to throw the rag for this one. Hoots, put it out. We got something on the track.
Hey, Matt,
But, yeah, back to Raptor. You know, slaps the
and then you can probably run that,
ever-loving crap out of the side of that car. And a couple of wrinkles, and it's just rolling right on along. These are tough old birds.
I am going to probably run it, but it's probably going to be an alternate scheme, I think. I'm going to have 2 schemes for next year.
Get on with the practice, and we're going to drop them all the way
I'm really
out.
happy with how that car turned out. It looks sweet.
I'm surprised I'm still going.
Got just about a minute and a half. Check back over here.
Like 34.
Yeah, race lap should be 38.
Let's see here.
Another one.
Tyler Merritt, 33050. And he just turned that here in the last handful of laps. It is just borderline crazy that he... Wow. All right. Go Tyler. I mean, you're another half. Man. And there we go again. These Pirocini pirouettes are just something to behold. Gonna go run one more. Where Sexy Waltrip's trying to heat her. Being pulling out here in the last minute of practice. He'll probably let him pull one more lap. Now he doesn't look all out of shape to do it. Watching the time chart, doesn't look like he's going to be getting anywhere. Gonna roll down through, and that's not fastest lap. Well, actually 34.90. So I mean, he slowed down almost a whole second. It doesn't really help him any. All right, these guys going in. While they're doing this, we're gonna pop the screen up real quick. And we are gonna hop in. We're gonna get this guy. Do not have my wheel hooked up. So I'm gonna go ahead and just down with these guys. That way it's just it. So yeah, Tyler Merritt's fastest lap, which this is practice. I mean, this doesn't have anything to do with anything in qualifying. So we'll see what we come up with for the Q. I'll start with Pirocini, who, I mean, as you can see, he's wrecking it. Just not because he's a bad driver. It's because he's just pushing the thing to death, trying to get as fast as he can. Let's see what all everybody's doing. We've got about half the field out. Actually, it's almost split about half the field out. Oh, no. Oh, boy. Everybody's... We got 3 still sitting. More than not are running. One of the weirdest things iRacing does of jumping around through people qualifying like this. Especially these big cars. See how Kyle's getting up on there? He's getting up on that banking, help hold the car down so he can get going faster. Because these are all about just, you got to get them to terminal velocity as fast as you can, because you're going to lose tires way faster than you lose laps to run them. Kyle was abducted by an alien for a second, but he's back now. Has some sort of superhuman powers. Maybe he can drive at like 900 miles an hour now. Who knows? And it's showing everybody is now running. Outlap. Holy smokes. Michael Redding, 33.052 for the pole. Which, I mean, that's first lap. Oh, that was his second. Holy smokes. It's cooking with gas and electric and lightning bolts. Johnny Rocket, 33.089. 0.037. Watch that wall. Or don't. That's cool. He hit it so hard he knocked the back bumper off too. Ouch. He's going to need some Hotlanta. Or maybe just need some donuts. Redding out front, man. 33.052 and 089. David Rhodes with a 179. Matthew Parasini, 228. Malarkey and Sid are both out, which would tell me that they bopped them off the wall and lost their time. Oh, this is not going to be sexy. He didn't even lose his nose. Tyler Merritt cracks the pole, 33.043. Nice. This will be a long race. I would suggest that we're on the end of pit road time. I would go get you something to drink, something to munch on, and maybe visit any kind of room you might need to visit if you don't want to have to get up and walk away and miss what's going on. Battle of the beer cars. Oh, late entry for 13. We have a 13th entrance. So, Sid is no longer safe. There are plenty of ways that Sid is going to need to cover his butt so he does not end up on the hook, getting drug in, missing time, and finishing in the back. His championship literally depends on it now. So I wonder if he's sitting there worrying, thinking, man, I shouldn't have drank all this beforehand. I wonder if he remembered to feed his cat. That's always something he does before he races. Hopefully he didn't feed his cat PBR. We did that? Well, never mind. Probably shouldn't tell you that on the internet, but that dog's been dead for 30 years. He was only a little bit of beer. He liked it. Well, doesn't look like we're going to get much with the 97. We're not going to... Still a couple tenths slow of the pole. This is more my speed. Just decent middle of the pack speed. And just try and conserve. You got to really conserve this. You got to roll. You can't sit in the back. You've got to try and make up positions because the further into a run you get, the people who were real fast that burn up their tires slow down, but they only slow down so far. And they come back to you, but if they've had 25, 30 laps running a half a second a lap faster, it does you no good. You're stuck. The iRacing pace car extraordinaire. So there we've got pulling in that faux Nissan. It's a Thunderbird in the wrong clothes. We've got I got my list to load here. That should be Tyler. That should be Michael Redding. We got Johnny Rocket, David Rhodes, Matt Parasini is there in 5th. We've got a gap. I want to say one of them should be Rafter. Okay, so he's behind Parasini in 7th. So Justin Malarkey looks like the one that isn't there yet. Sid is sitting behind the gap in the 19, the PBR machine. Sexy Walter down one and to the left, to the right on the screen. That the 37 is behind him, which there we go. We're getting him rolling. See if this will get my timing to straighten out. It doesn't. Well, that's a good time for that to not work right. All right, that may have been Willie Whitaker. He's showing him jumping all over the place, too. But starters, we've got Michael Redding, Kyle Gretsch, a.k.a. Sexy Waltrip, Tyler Merritt, Al Corey, Willie Whitaker, Sid Kashishian, John Campbell, Johnny Brugg, Ken Olson, Wayne Hayes, David Rhodes, Matthew Parasini, and Justin Malarkey. Then we've got this guy here. We're going to go, that's probably a little too wide, and who wants to be looking at power line. So we're just going to try camera 2 and kind of see what it does here. So trying to jump you guys around everywhere. Right now all these guys are riding around. Wonder if they left the oven on at home before they left and came to the racetrack today. Hoping that their left and right shoes haven't been flip-flopped and they're on the wrong feet. Just now realizing they have an itch up underneath their helmet that they can't reach. Somebody's bound to have duct taped their eyes open like Ricky Red. And green flag. We're running. First lap down, we made it. Fanning out. Piercini's the only one running the low line. Everybody's kind of a car length up or higher. There again, you know, moving to save tires. Oh, Rhodes is in the wall. Get too low, really kind of hurts the right rear, trying to keep the car rotating. You get up high, and it usually kind of hurts the right front. So, ideally, as you see, try and run the middle. That 53 is checking out. Brugg behind him in the 1 is somewhat checking out. He is holding himself from checking out because that 53 is going to come back. And it's going to come back pretty quick and pretty significant. Piercini just almost. Oh, that Sid. Can't be doing that and win a championship, big guy. He is nose punched somebody. The front of that car is all caved in. Exactly what he needed not to do, he has done. And this is Atlanta. There's plenty of aero in play here. It's a long race, and that's a long way to get behind by running way too slow because you've got front end damage and can't get the car to turn. That's going to affect his tire wear. That's going to affect fuel mileage. I'm not sure why we're trying to take it on the flat. That's not okay. But Tyler Merritt is screaming along. His fastest lap is 0.8 faster than Johnny Brugg. That is not really sustainable in Atlanta. Until he turns around and proves me wrong. You just get into kind of cruising here. It's really all you can really do. Just kind of cruise along. You see everybody's gapped out. Everybody's just kind of running their pace. Which, doing this is nice. You can try and catch somebody, catch them on your terms, kind of work around them this early. I mean, it's 112 laps to go still. Well, going to 11 there. You can just ask, hey, let's move up and give me the low side. Let me get around you. There's just no point in fighting over positions yet. You're nowhere near even your first pit stop. That core scheme is always one of the best. If you don't like Coors, you probably like another beer. Uh-oh. Like Wayne caught the wall and everybody else caught Wayne. That is going to give us a caution. There's some yard mowing going on. Well, while they get racked back up, let's hop on here and yep, caught her right there in the wall. Well, this, I don't think we're going to need this, but let's take a look at this again. Oh yeah, that's pretty good lick in the wall. I mean, you touch it like that, it's going to throw you down. And these quad ovals, man, you hit. I mean, you smack off of them all the time. There is one fast repair, and boy, that's awful early to be using it though. Gotta switch back over here and get into that. So yeah, you've run a couple handfuls of laps. You really, you're looking where you need to probably hit. If he's only got him 3 sets of tires, I mean, you're going to need several sets. But I mean, you really can't stop right now. You just don't have the tires for it. And if you do stop, what's it going to cost you? It's going to cost you at the end. So the short-term gain, long-term disadvantage, or how that was old Darrell Waltrip used to put that. Short-term gain, long-term loss, I think is where we're going with that. They're, let me hang out behind the whatever weird pace car they think that is. There's most of them. I mean, everybody's still, well, I guess Ken there, he's got a little damage. A little isn't that big a deal, but boy, that Sid's car really just, let's see if we can get, we're going to flip through here while we got him under caution. Yeah, there's some ding on the 51 there. JC, like I said, smooth. He'll hang out and he'll sneak up on you when you least expect it. Good. Well, there we are. There's Sid. Oh, yeah. All right, so this is championship implications right here. How long is Sid going to be sitting on pit road? I mean, obviously caught the wall, but looks like got him a little extra help with that. No damage, just dumping a little bit of fuel in it. I completely agree with that. Oh no, he did fast repair. Oh. All right, well, there's your fast repair, bucko. So now what are you going to do? You got to be super careful for over 100 laps. A track that honestly rivals Darlington is the most difficult to drive. Man, that's rough. That is just absolutely rough. Starting in the back, gonna have to look at the whole world passing him by pretty much. But he's got him a new car. He's just gonna have to take care of it. There's not really any other option. Green comes out, lag in the back. Oh, they were not caught up at all. Kind of typical of a Pizza Hut delivery. It's always late. going. Oh, we have Piercine's already checking out on him. We've got. Oh, Ken. Ken with the save. Ended up be back here on Sexy Waltrip. We're going to go back over here on Most Exciting because I think I managed to screw that up. They're working back through two. Oh, there goes Ken. And we got a caution. That was Ken. Let's hop on with Ken. We're rolling up through. And boy, this quad oval, man, this is going to be where it is. Piercini's coming up on him. He's probably trying to stay low for him. I don't think that was contact. Let's see if we can. Let's just go rear chase. I don't think he touched him. It doesn't look like he was close enough to. I'll roll this thing back here. Oh yeah, no, Piercini didn't have anything of that. He just behind him. These tires go away, and they go away super fast. And then you're just along for the ride. You just don't really have anything you can do with it. Pop back out here and actually let's get that back on where probably you're best off at, huh? And there's a theme here. These clean bodies will make their way to the front. They will stay in the front, and they'll finish in the front. We've learned that with this first season of these 87s. They will take some abuse. They don't necessarily thrive on it, though. And right now, to use the old ESPN, if the race were to end now, which I don't think that was everything, that was NBC, honestly, but if it were to end right this second, Sexy Waltrip would be our champion. He's got the gap. But then we're going to go have to figure and see who we've got in as bonuses, laps to lead. We got most laps to lead. We've got a ways to go with it. Back through here. Lights are off. We're about half lap from coming back around here. Getting trial and error with this thing, so I do have these set up on the recommendations of YouTube, and the cars still look too tall. Set to another resolution, you get a black box around them, but they actually look right, and that's two ways we're going. Next broadcast, we're gonna have a black box because I don't like the way they look. I think the broadcast computer is being a little crabby about what it's showing, being a little herky-jerk. So we are going and stopping again. And I wonder if it's showing us Wayne for any particular reason. I wonder if maybe he got around on the start. Nope, it's somebody behind him. Oh, well, Aquino's just, came up 37 guy. Oh man, problems. That's not, boy, that is not ideal. Not ideal at all. I also thought that I was slick and had some quick replay buttons set up. They are not working either. This is why you test things, just to test them. A 98 to go. That would put us, I can't do math tonight, but I think we're in that neighborhood of 30 to go. If there's only 3 more sets of tires, this is really early. But if it's a caution, you go ahead and stop, slap 4 on it, and fill it up, and really, really, really baby them. This would be a stop I'd see Rafter making. I mean, like, honestly, it wouldn't surprise me at all to see him on pit. Oh, nope, there he is. This is the kind of stuff you see Rafter be able to pull off, because he is just baby gentle on tires. So he'll, he can get in there and, I mean, I'm not terrible on tires most of the time, but I usually can't keep up with him. You get the last 5-10 minutes of a run, and he's still got 10-15% more tire, and it just, just nuts. Wayne's definitely got a car that is not happy. That wrinkle like that, I bet that thing is absolutely not fun at all to drive. Of course, we know Sid's burned his free fast fix. What are we going on here? Let's just go back. This should be last lap before we go back green. Alright, get them rolling back around here. So we can try and work on a technical gremlin here. There we go. Back green. Greenity, greenity. Oh man, I didn't think of that. Did the cat cause the damage to Sid's car? He didn't feed the cat. Cat got mad, clawed him on the leg or somewhere worse, and I mean, sometimes you just got to throw a cat across the room, and if that's the case, he may have wrecked doing it. Not really. Sid wouldn't do that to his cat. I'm pretty sure Sid's cat eats better than I do. But I'm part raccoon. I just kind of eat trash. I have the body to prove it. That Coors car, one of the long timers. Cougar runs that paint scheme, and so when you hear me just pop off Cougar, that's why, because that's stuck in there. I've seen a 9 on the cores. Well, Wayne almost looks like he's keeping up all right. That tail of that thing is trashed. I got a line for that. Got to remember, do not say some of these things that pop in my head, because we're not going to say anything about that particular area of the car, or people I know that their back end's all jacked up too. I'm not going to say nothing like that. Do some camera foo here. Well, they're winding back out again. See that back bumper? Got the 1 and the 47. That'd be Johnny Brugg and Skyler, which is Wayne's nephew that wins too much. Wayne's had enough of it, so he's pulling a Rusty Wallace back when he put the anybody but the 3 sticker on his car after Earnhardt had dumped him. A little throwback to that. Wayne appreciates the history of NASCAR. You gotta appreciate that. Front end looks good. Who is smoking? Well, we're going, I guess. We got no caution. Yep, no caution. Jump up ahead. Check in here with the Sid Meister. Worked his way back up to 4th, which by his own math, which he will probably admit to you isn't necessarily great, as long as he is above the top 5, there is nothing that Kyle Gretsch can do to beat him, which that 4th is going to be real important considering Kyle Gretsch is up there leading laps. So he's got bonus points for leading a lap. He's got 90 laps left. If he can lead most of those, there's more bonus points. So this one is nowhere near. Ooh, boy, that sure sounds like he scrubbed the wall. But this one is not. Yep, he's in the wall again. Is the pressure getting to him? Or is it the cat? And the cat's hungry. And the cat's clawing him, demanding food. If we had some sort of live audio on board, we could hear a, no, kitty, kitty. You know, something like that. But we just don't have that kind of technology. All right, run on up. David Rhodes. With the NTRL Valvoline E-Racer Chevy Monte Carlo. I still like that blue. Don't care what you guys say. It's a pretty color. He's creeping in on Johnny Rocket. Oh, he's creeping on that wall too. Good God. It makes me grit my teeth and I'm not even doing it. These cars are foul. They're just foul. Sid's hanging out behind him still. All right. Gonna watch these 3 here. Johnny Rocket. There's just not much to say. I mean, I call him Johnny Rocket for a reason. He wins everything. If he ain't winning it, Skyler's winning it. If Skyler and Johnny ain't winning it, Sexy Waltrip's winning it. So it only makes sense. Them 2 are up front. They're fast almost everywhere we go. Well, they are fast everywhere we go, but occasionally something will bite them. Road courses seem to bite them a little bit. But don't they all? Definitely got a good little scrum going for the lead here. Well, Johnny's definitely thinking about it. kind of has that, almost that look that he's got a better run off the corner if you watch him close in, but then he's trying not to pass him, which sometimes that doesn't work. You try that and it just actually screws you up. You see how red the rotors are of Johnny's car. Look behind the front tires. You see them glowing red rotors. They're using a lot of brake to get these things woed down. There they were again, just starting to glow as it goes in. That's the thing with Johnny. He's smart enough to just pace himself. If somebody's running fast enough, then that's fine. He's sitting right behind the leader. He doesn't need to do anything. He's not running for the championship. Just sit back there and ride and pounce on there and take the trophy home at the end of the day. When you win a lot, I think that gives you that kind of patience. Because I'd be doing everything I can, wrecking the car, trying to get around into lead. See, we've still got a little bit of the skips happening in that replay, too. And that, I'm pretty sure I know what that is. So that's just a setting on my end that I didn't think to change, splitting off and running dual monitors. So I apologize for that. If we keep these as a tighter shot, that'll keep that skipping down. We might go a little wider shots for restarts, but we'll just kind of stay on everybody. Kind of as a group like this. I don't know. If I was Johnny, I'd pass him. He is obviously faster. He keeps creeping up. You just do it. He's got to run off the corner. He's trying to back off all the way down the stretch. He's backing off all the way down the quad oval. He just needs to go ahead and just get out there. His natural speed of it, he's probably going to work out a little bit of a lead. But there he goes. We're going to have a Johnny Rocket into the lead here going off into one. Oh, watch it. When it's something we never hear, Johnny Rocket leading. Oh, Kyle's right back on him. They're going to try and cut back under him. Boy, Rhodes is just sitting back there, hoping they don't really take themselves out, but hoping they get a little wobbly and he can get up there and lead. Like, look, Ma, I'm leading. Or he can, look, Ma, no hands. I mean, that's a terrible plan. He'll just hit the wall, but he can try it. I flip through. Those guys had just passed. Okay. Oh, there he is. All right. I knew I saw him in that shot. So we're going to be coming up on Keno, who is he's having a rough go of it. And Atlanta is. This might be the hardest combination there is. Keno's up in the wall again. Sexy Waltrip under attack. That was the creak of somebody in the wall. I'm sure it's Keno. That car being that beat up is, as they say somewhere, is no bueno. All right, that poor ugly beat up 51 got her up high, and everybody rolls by without further incident. Let's talk about that sexy Waltrip car. The guy is a hell of a painter. He keeps popping off new schemes all the time. Everyone is as good or better than the last. He's a better driver than me. He makes better paint schemes. So you know what I did? I got the open mic so I can make up lies about him. Be like, did you know he pays people in a sweatshop 3 cents an hour to make those paint schemes? That was all I could come up with. Not really. He might pay for them. I don't know. All right, let's go flip through here. Oh, there's Porcino. Well, I tell you, that sucker is just spotless too. You keep that Coors car clean. Oh. What is that? All right, Kino must have slid down low again. Here we go with the Sid. Sid's still running in 5th. Kyle Gretsch is showing in the pits. There he is. So we've got the pits going. There's no way this is not 4 tires and fuel. But we're down to 75 to go. So, I mean, he splits this in half, runs another 36, 7, 8 laps, somewhere in there. One more stop. It can be done. Yep, 4 tires. Oh, right rear. Right rear looks bad, Tyler. Right rear looks bad. Yeah, he's way off pace. He's almost 2 full seconds off the last lap that Johnny Brugg did. And he's coming in for pit. In the faux Skyline. Old Johnny Brugg still leading her. We're going to let this thing go back on to everybody that's doing their own thing. I wish my buttons worked for that, so you guys didn't have to see that pop up. I'll definitely get that worked on. So now it becomes a waiting game, and who's going to wait the longest, and who's... Oh, there's Rocket. And Rhodes is coming with him. Tyler Merritt, Johnny Brugg, David Rhodes all showing in the pit. Cycling Justin Malarkey, Michael Redding, and Sid to the top 3. Piracini, who, by the way, stopped doing his pirouettes, is running 4th. Al Corey, a.k.a. the Lovable Rafter, is still floating right out there in 7th. And he may very well be the last car you see pit. Or, you know, we may miss it because, I mean, let's face it. I'm only doing so-so on this. Alright, let's go back into... Switch this thing up. Well, hey, Overstock.com. Look at me go. That weird thing when you're not supposed to have anything popping up on your computer. Yeah, it's a good looking scheme. Alright, Wayne Hayes and Ken Olsen are rolling into the pits now. Al Corey still has not. Or if he has, I missed it. Trying to look at 15 different things at once. That's also a lie. Just like the sweatshop paint jobs. I'm only looking at like 4 things. So here's your lead group. You got Malarkey, Redding, Sid, Piracini, and Corey. Your top 5, which Piracini has not stopped on this cycle either. I know Sid did a splash of gas, so he'll run long. But I dead honestly don't know about Rafter, you guys. I don't think he has stopped but tires-wise, he's going to go until he doesn't have any fuel left. But last lap time, remember how we were at 33 zeros in qualifying? Last lap times for these guys out front, 34.5. Al Corey, 34.489. He's about 0.6 a lap faster. And who did I say? Watch John Campbell. JC, 34.454, fastest on the entire field until last lap, which Tyler Merritt, now he stopped. He's got freshies on. He just run I think it was a 33.6. But those two are super smooth. They're patient. And that's exactly what wins you races here. Really try not to beat and bang. Wayne's going for a ride. Oh, man. Just saved it. Probably gonna feel that one. And that could probably be where that left rear got it again if he was chasing it down and touched the inside wall. Because that, boy, they don't like that. they do not like sliding like that. Well, looks like Keno's coming back. Come back in his last pit. Oh man. Yeah, he's only on lap 40, so he's 12 laps down. Just not having a good day. Good night, I guess it is. Daytime for JC, but the rest of us are nighttime. I'm honestly kind of impressed that we've come out, we've gapped them, run through tires. I mean, these things are foul, absolutely foul. They're terrible. I mean, they need all the Snickers bars you can throw at them. They're so not themselves. And nobody wrecked. We ran hot, angry tires, green flag pit stops, got back out, cold tires, ran a few laps, getting back up to temperature. Nobody wrecked. That is honestly extremely tough to do. I know I sound like I'm overselling it, but with these cars, that is hard to do. They're a combination of ice skating and, God, I don't know, roofing. I mean, it's just two things that don't go together, but they're both equally hard. That's this car. Man, look at that run up high. The track definitely is slicked up. So we're probably on there. Oh, watch Wayne. Watch it. All right. Just touching the wall. Malarkey, Kashishian are coming into the pits. Lap 56. Rafter, a.k.a. Al Corey, we got 60 to go. Rafter is still out. He is up to third. Yeah, look at that run. Just being up high, how far you got that gap coming from the 7 car. It's time to start moving up. The old Handsome Harry line, Dale Jr. adopted that. Honestly, the nice thing with it, if you do slide, you kind of graze the wall. You don't really slap it. You can kind of keep going. So running the high line has a lot of advantages. especially when it's the line that when there's no grip to be had, you go up high. Just staying up high give you that momentum, and it just makes you faster. It's a longer way around, but I mean, it's just lesser of the two evils. Johnny Rocket's working his way back up. Yeah, Wayne's going to try the high side. I think Wayne's damaged to the point. Probably a good time to go ahead and maybe go and do that fast repair. I mean, we're halfway. Just go ahead and do it, and try and salvage out of it what you can. Oh man, you know what? Al Corey is hitting the pits. Yeah. Oh man, you know what? I think Wayne may have already got that. He may have changed in. You guys are lucky I don't want to do an Elton John impression and start singing Rocket Man right now. So Al Corey, lap 59, comes into pit. And by my scoring, that's showing 58 to go. So if he stretches that, here again, trying to math this without writing things down, which is a terrible plan. I don't think he can go all the way. I think everybody's going to make one more stop. Johnny Rocket back on Piercini. Oh, that's just smooth like butter. He gets that good run. Man, that just worries me, him passing people down low like that. He's going to be a little harder on those right sides and end up paying for it at the end of the run. But it's with us and so many of us in here being medium, and you got Johnny's on like double expert mode. He's just so naturally fast compared to a lot of us that it just looks like he's just killing stuff, and he's just cruising. We're running with our tongues hanging out, and we can't keep up with him. He's like, "Oh, I could have drove harder," and we're like, "Oh yeah, that's not demoralizing at all. It's a pretty car." Oh, we're popping pits again. So there's Redding, Whitaker. They're both rolling in. Back to watching Rhodes. He is showing me 7th, but there's Whitaker, JC, Redding. So there's 3 pitting in front of him. So he'll be back up here, top 5, real quick. That Piercini car's a good-looking car, too. Well, he's coming in. Well, these guys they've got themselves all over. I mean, we're pitting, 4 laps off of where Rafter just pitted, and we've already got the next cycle starting. So this is setting up without paying a ton of attention to this. We're going to have people with a new set of tires sitting there late. So if we have a caution, whoever still got tires sitting at the end, which is more than likely going to be guys like Rafter, and I would assume JC. There's 54 to go. I don't think they can stretch fuel that far. Those two could probably stretch tires that far. They may even just try to do gas and go. It's a really cool thing if you get some race length. You can come up with all kinds of things to do. 2 tires here is a terrible idea. Hopefully we see somebody try it, because that'll be fun to pick on them during a replay of them wagging the tail all over the place, because, boy, the way these things are just ill handling as it is. You go putting cold tires on one side. Uh-oh. Oof. Piercini can track him down a loose car. That's impressive. He was just telling us earlier he's done IRL racing, so I mean, he actually knows what he's doing. Hey, Kidham in the 51, he must finally use that fast repair. I figured he probably already had, but I don't think you can just sit there and get repairs and they'll put a front end back on it. Oh! I don't know why that just turned back off, because he was correct in that. He's not dropping spots. Man, Pericini kept that thing together. Flip back through here. I didn't need the pace car guy. Oh, Raptor's got a little wonky wonk going on. Got the sexy wall trip. You are a Ford. Time to make the donuts, JC. That was a totally different chain. This is your points leader, Mr. Kashishian. He's sitting 11th right now with a almost a 6-second gap to 10th. And that just cycled, so now it's showing 3.8 seconds. So don't believe me or my voodoo numbers. But here we are with bigger problems. Guess who's back out in the lead? There's Pearson. Yeah, he's got her a little dinged up. He's on that loud pedal too. Yeah, Piercini, remember, was just passing that car, and iRacing cut away. So maybe we'll just ride here for a second, see if he kicks back out. But Sexy Waltrip is back in the lead. David Rhodes is hitting the pit road. Boy, Piercini is not closing back down. I wonder if he actually hurt the car. Or if he's just waiting it out. Atlanta's a good track to just wait for somebody to make a mistake, capitalize on it, and move on with your day. We don't need the pace car. All right, there's Mr. Rhodes. He's coming back out. He's dropped down to 7th. Of course, with right now a mile-long gap between him and anybody. We'll get back up to speed here. Pick Sid back up. Still running 11th. So I got a couple seconds between him and Rhodes, which of course they're gonna have to stop again. Sid has not made his last stop. There's just no way. Oh, me and this pace car, I think we're gonna have to fight. I don't know what that is on the side of that car, and I don't like coffee or iced coffee, but that thing looks good. We're just gonna ride a lap. We're gonna look at this. We're just gonna think, man, if I had a donut and whatever's in that cup, I'd be doing great. All right. The weird thing about that damage, I can get this slow down a little bit so we can see it. Is outside too? Yes, it is. So I'm going to say that I think Rafter probably got hit from below and pushed up into the wall, because he's kind of scuffed on both sides, but I mean, it isn't anything that, it doesn't really appear to be affecting many. I mean, it's not sideways off the corners or nothing. I would all but bet you he's got his fast repair and that he's not using it and he's not planning on using it. That way, just in case something gets real crazy, he's got it sitting there for him at the end of the race. Sexy Waltrip leading the race. You know who? Who's behind him, guys? Not that Ford. That Ford. Cue the Jaws music. He is coming. And he is making honestly, a fairly strong case. He's going to be there real quick. So we'll kind of hang on here. That last lap, he actually pulled a quarter of a second on Mr. Sexy Waltrip, who is just out trying to lead everything he can. And honestly, he's hoping that Sid stays back there. Sid's in 10th right now, so I mean, he's safe, but it's 3 spots between him and not being a champion of his own series. Oh, the rocket has just kind of stopped. Or if he's hung up with Tyler. Oh, nope, that was probably it. He was getting around Tyler. Let's see if he's going to set sail on him here. He's actually just holding right around just a 1.1 second. This could be simply Johnny's just pacing himself. Let the race come to him. Let the track come to him. He may think that Kyle's running a little too hard. He's burning up his stuff. Giving another 10, 15 laps, and he'll just roll by him like he's not even there. Because he is almost like he has ran up to a second back and has just decided to just sit there. He is just sitting right at 1.1. This is actually the tightest battle on the track. See all who's running where here. Get some speed shots. We've been watching everybody roll around. And they are just strung out. These guys, they should be in their trucks. If something happens, they're just hanging out here. They're probably looking at JC's car, honestly. They're trying to decide what that is on that cup. They're waiting for him to come back by. Probably waving him, thinking it's an ice cream truck. They're like, hey, come over here. Want to buy them things? We got quarters. That's not how it works. I think it'd be all melted in a race car. And we have got us a caution. Al Corey comes to pit road. All right, so let's what do we got going on here? All right, so it's well, it is trying to pin this on Tyler, but I do not see him doing anything. Oh, Wayne. That's not okay. Alright, so what was going on here? Magically, those buttons started working, so I don't have to have that up. Went in, got he's just going to catch the wall. Yep, that's kind of been the problem there. Oh, man. He tried to knock that wall down. Yep, that'll do it. That'll definitely bring you out of caution. Man, oh man. Let's see if we can get let's go on board with that. Back the sucker up. Whee! This should be fun. Not really. Oh, I bet he's trying to hook under the 71. So he's staying low. So he's going to have a low entry. And that low entry is going to turn into where it's going to want to head his high exit. Yep. So he's trying around that. He come in low. The arc is going to take him up to the high side. He touches. Okay, that makes sense. Oh, man, that was a... Ugh. That, man, that's rough.
I don't know if that championship's quite locked up yet.
Alrighty, let's go. Pop this thing back on here. We'll just get a back on TV and yeah, that was a hard hit. If I mentioned this car on this track may be the hardest combination to drive on iRacing. I have? Okay. Just trying to make sure that you guys heard that and knew that these are a little ridiculous. Oh, I'm wrong here. Alright, so everybody should be back out. See all these? Well, it's still showing me some of them are pitting that are not. Rafter, who appeared to be on pit road as that caution came out, which you just can't beat luck. So it looks like he's going to be leading us down. Rocket stopped, you'd assume. Well, no, it's showing him second. Yeah, I think we need to catch up on the timing here. But we're getting down to it. We're passing the stripe this time. We'll be 35 to go. And that should be doable. I think everybody will be able to make that. Plus, we're going to have another, looks like probably 2 laps of caution. Looks like the lights are still on the pace car. We can get a little further up. Let's see the car. Oh, no, lights are off. So we're going to come back around with 34 to go. Now, there's a lot of off-throttle time, especially when the tires get gunky and slimy. So Rafter got pinned in the pits and is a lap down. 87 rules. If you're a lap down, you start on the inside to try and get the run from the leader to get around them, and then you got to stay in front of them. This isn't Lucky Dogs. These aren't wave arounds. This is 87 rules. So that really, boy, that throws a monkey wrench in it for him. So yeah, we're gonna have David Rhodes leading them. Sexy Waltrip. Sid stuck a lap down, but he's showing 9th. David Rhodes is going to be a wave around car, if this is correct. It is showing him 7th, but physically in front of Kyle, which is Sexy Waltrip, and it's showing him leading. So here we go again. The 7 and the 1 are first and second place. The 21 is a wave round, so he just got to stay in front of him if he wants to stay on the lead lap. The 3 on the inside are trying to get a lap. Guys cutting through traffic. 53's up touching the wall. Looks like somebody told these guys, hey, here's fresh tires, and by the way, you got 33 laps to go. You better go get it. Rhodes has been pretty fast most of the night. It doesn't really surprise me he's up there. I'm sure he'd really prefer to be in front of the 7 in case we get another caution. He can get his lap back. This really isn't doing him any good riding there. everybody is really stuck down. Sid made a setup for this, and I mean, he did a pretty well spot on job. You got hot slick track. Everybody really ought to be sliding. I mean, it wouldn't surprise me at all to see these things kind of dirt tracking it off the corner. Even the iRacing default setup kind of does that a lot. With these, you can adjust that rear wing. You can take it down to 10 degrees, which is, you know, nothing. You can bump them up to, I think it's 70. So you can put a bunch of rear end in it. You can put no rear end in it and try and kind of change it from there. But you get that thing fast down the straightaway with no rear blade on it, and then you get in the corner and all of a sudden you can't turn. And I just got a pink number. Surely that's not right. It is showing Sexy Walter just ran the fastest lap of the race at 33.149. It's lap 89. Hot, greasy track. I don't know that we're going to trust that. The timing has been kind of wonky, so it just popped up. But I am really thinking that's probably fresh tires on the restart. He's probably done that here within the last handful of laps. Actually, they'll show it. That PBR car there, you've watched Sid hit him through 3 and 4. He was kind of starting to bob and weave. That was what I was kind of expecting him to start doing. Yeah, if you see the attitude of that car, he's yawing back and forth. Watch that 19 as he goes in there. The rear tires don't really want to track with the fronts. So you can, especially coming up off there, it's like he's starting to chase the back end just a little bit. Dun-dun. Oh man, there is blood in the water and all the sharks are circling. Now see how Rhodes is washing up. Same thing Wayne did. He come into the corner low. These cars are all about arc. They don't really like that. They don't want to come in low because then they can't make that big wide arc, so they just start pushing up towards the wall to exit the next corner. Consequently, to not slap the wall, you've got to really get out of the gas and lose a lot of time. Rhodes just did an amazing job and put on a clinic. Oh, uh-oh. Oh, boy, right in front of Sid. Oh, not ideal. Not ideal at all. They are just rolling into 26 to go. That's, man, God, with that broadcaster's curse, I mean, on him, talking about what he was doing, literally just gave him a compliment and I wrecked him. Dude, that's on me. I'll send you $1 in the mail. I actually kind of feel bad about that. That just happened to me the other day. I was on the broadcast and wrecked, so I feel your pain, dude. So, does anybody have tires? Is anybody going to pit? Must be coming down 24 to go, which, you know, obviously Rhodes is going to. He's going to have to pit. Let's see if anybody else follows him. Malarkey, Piracini, Redding, Campbell join David Rhodes on pit road. Told you JC was going to have tires left. This, as they say, changes everything. Because now you've got a very, 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 very fast driving Piracini who's going to have 4 sticker tires on it. A couple more, so we're going to have like 22 to go. I mean, honestly, you're talking full send. I mean, it's going to be just hang it out and bring back the steering wheel or go get the trophy with it. guy has cleared out. So it looks like Olsen is still rolling. Whitaker and Hayes have bowed out. They're both showing out. So we're going to come down to bonus points. Sid is probably not going to end up 5th. Well, him and Raft are coming in, so they've got tires left too. That's kind of what I figured. Well, that's too wide. All right, let's go here, Zimmerman. All right sides. They're gonna do 4. It makes no sense to do 2. Yep. All right, 4 tires. So we're good to go there. So that should be everybody's allotment. Should be anyway. You have to let them guys catch up. Lights are still on the pace car. Back here, this should be the Elmo Langley era. Tooling around. All right, get everybody on line back up here. Should be green flag with 21 to go. So same song, second verse. Your leaders are on the outside. Your lap cars are on the inside. The only way to get your lap back in 1987 is you start on that inside and you get around the leaders, as we have seen. Middle, high line is what's working best. There are 21 laps to go. This one's going to get ugly. This is going to be a full send. You're going to have to get it while you can get it. Get it while the getting's good. Or get it while the getting's good. Make the good getting. There's probably 20 wrong ways of saying that. Off we go. 21 left to decide it. Who's going to win the race? Who's going to win the championship? Can Sexy Waltrip do both? Oh, we got one on the wall already. And that may have been... Oh, Rhodes, right front's beat up. JC. Oh, JC, not the donuts. Oh, God, knocked the jelly out of his donut. That's just not okay. Uh-oh, we're coming in here. Coming in hot. Got Malarkey on Brugg. We've got a Tyler just... Yeah, he's just fronting. He's out there pretending like he's in a Nissan. He's not. But he just pushed up in front of Brugg. Oh, yeah, he saved it from doing it. Good job. Good job, Tyler. Oh, don't go lawn mowing. That doesn't work out. Black car, but you're not Earnhardt. Piercini's back in the pits. So that was our wall dragger. Jump back there and pretty well guess what happened. Full send, drug the wall, slid and slapped the inside like everybody else, because that's just kind of what you do here. Now Johnny Rocket's got to defend himself. Got to make sure Malarkey doesn't get by him, and Malarkey is all about getting by him right now. Woof. That's Pam with 2 M's. You'll see that on my back bumper here in about 2.5. Oh! Oh no! Waltrip is in the wall. Oh, he's back up. Holy monkey. Told you this is going to get ugly. All right. Right now, Waltrip's busy breathing, making sure all 8 fingers and 2 thumbs where they're supposed to be on the wheel. Take a deep breath. Just start working your way back up. That's all you can do. No reason throwing hands with the kids or nothing. Just realize it was just a wall. You just got to go. So the skyline, I think we call that thing the tie line. I like those stripes on it, though. Maybe that fake Ford is actually growing on me. So we've got a password lead that iRacing is not going to show, so I'm going to Ford on Ford violence. Malarkey and Brugg. Malarkey's got him cleared, but he's going to wash up. That low line will do that, and Brugg's going to let it come up and get that run. Realistically, they can do this for the next 15 laps coming to the checkered. Atlanta is one of the best places for doing this. But Malarkey is having none of it. Malarkey has had enough of everyone's malarkey, as a matter of fact. Nobody uses that anymore, probably. You shouldn't. 14 to go. Clicking them off. Da-da. Da-da. That one really needs a shark fin on the top of it. Makes most people nervous when he's behind him. I don't think he's making Malarkey nervous. Those cars are clean. They don't have a scuff on them. They've kept them clean the whole time. They've kept tires underneath them. They've just kept pace. And here you are. You're sitting here cruising in. You got a 12.5 laps to go to take home a little bit of hardware. Help rain on Sid's parade a little bit, who is running 7th. Sexy Waltrip's running 3rd. I don't think that's enough. I think Sid's safe. He just stays where he's at, unless we get something interesting where some real Ford on Ford violence and these guys wipe each other out. See Sexy Waltrip peeking back into that long shot. He's coming. But he's a 2nd and a 3rd back. But, I mean, he's making marginal gains. As soon as I say that, he started dropping back. He just dropped back about a 2.5. Oh, because Redding's passing him in the 71. Just 0.2 of a second between these two. So I got a 1.3 second gap back to Redding. Somebody bobbed and weaved into the wall. Boy, I've had $1 every time I said that tonight. A pair of Fords getting hunted down by a pair of Chevys. And the Chevys are starting to make their move. They're down to 1.1. They made up 0.2 that lap. Then they're right back at it. Yeah, this is just, we just may very well be a don't have enough for 'em kind of night here. This is a J&J show. Got Justin and Johnny. Let's see who's going to sort this one out. 9 to go. Now training here on that Coors Thunderbird. Bill Elliott was like the coolest guy on the planet back when I was a kid. Back when we saw in black and white, we had to ride a dinosaur to school. But Bill Elliott was cool back then. Here he comes. Still sitting on that same 2/10. When you've got a guy wearing a bright green suit driving a red car, you realize that guy's crazy enough that you're only going to get one shot to pass him. I think Johnny may just be waiting and sizing him up for that white flag lap. Just see what happens. Because Johnny will come home with just a steering wheel if he doesn't get the trophy. Oh! Maybe not. That wiggle is absolute 100%. Johnny might not be able to catch him. We got 6 more. And Malarkey's pulling away thanks to that. He's got a 4/10 lead that one little slide is all it's going to take. And he gave him the backstretch. Just over a 10th in between by the time they got to the end of the stretch. The Rockets maybe just going to recoup, try and cool the tires off a couple laps. These cars are heat sensitive in the tires. Four to go. And we cannot rule out those Chevys, which are now right at a second back. So they've made up a half second, but they're really not making it up fast enough is the problem. They need to really turn the wick up here because we got 3.5 laps to go. Malarkey is just holding court here, though. Rolling that bottom. Drifting up just enough. Got 3 more in him. Nobody's running faster laps in that 97 car. He is quite literally the fastest car on the track right now. So none of you will be surprised when I say he's worked himself out to a half-second lead. 2 more times. I remember watching a car that looked a lot like this one win at Atlanta. Didn't win a championship that time either. That went to a fellow in a number 7. White flag from Barney the Flagman, Justin Malarkey. 4 more corners. Man, he's beyond smooth like butter. He is smooth like silk. Gonna have to just roll it home. He's got 6/10 over Rocket. Just repeating laps down, just touch that stripe, come back up. Man, he's same lap over and over and over. Man, that is impressive. Super impressive win. Justin Malarkey winning the Season 1 Grand Finale of NTRL 87 Legends. Sid showing up in 6th. Mr. Rocket was 2nd. Got a Michael Redding there in the 71 passing Piracini. Well, that was uncalled for. Everybody knows you watch this. Oh, ball bump. Oh, what? Oh, there we go. Well, boy, I tell you, that was an excellent pit maneuver. I'll give that one like a 9.8. I mean, could have caught him a little better, but. And there is your Season 1 champion. Sid, I forgot to feed my cat, Kashishian. It was probably just going to hurry up and get his donuts done. Probably had too much PBR. He has a room to visit. Well, now he hits the wall. So we're pretty sure the fix is in. He made the setup. He picked the racetracks. He picked the cars. It was just nothing but the Sid show. Piracini has had a bad night there, so I'm sure that just is what it is. But we appreciate everybody watching. You all have a good night. And we'll see you for the next one. Later on.